Florida, the Sunshine State, with a population of over 19 million, attracts close to 90 million visitors each year. Its success at attracting new residents and tourists, investment in new development has also brought with it heavy and serious traffic problems for road users, particularly pedestrians. Florida is one of the worst states in the nation for pedestrian deaths, with 5 of the 6 most dangerous metro areas for walking in the nation. The annual cost of these crashes in Florida is almost $500 million. Pedestrians and drivers have a shared responsibility for the safety of the crosswalks. Pedestrians must avoid stepping in front of moving vehicles, and drivers must yield them the right of way as soon as they place one step in the crosswalk. The NHTSA has found that both drivers and pedestrians are often at fault. To increase driver compliance of crosswalk laws, a 3-pronged approach is necessary to reduce pedestrian fatalities and injuries. It consists of engineering interventions, education to inform and sensitize the general public, and finally, high-visibility police enforcement to give credibility and support to engineering and educational interventions. High-visibility enforcement is perhaps the most important of these 3 approaches because non-compliance by drivers, followed by strong consequences, is a very potent measure to teach drivers to observe traffic laws. A high-visibility enforcement campaign of crosswalk law gives a clear message that failure to observe pedestrian right-of-way laws will no longer be tolerated. High-visibility enforcement of crosswalks at signalized intersections is best achieved by closely linking engineering, safety messages, and enforcement in a seamless way that ties the 3 elements together along basic themes. A word of caution: police should provide fair warning to drivers and the general public before launching high-visibility enforcement operations. High-visibility enforcement. Step 1. Plan ahead. Know the law. Brief local prosecutors, magistrates, and judges. Command staff can accomplish this by showing them this video, copies of the printed information to be used, and the steps taken to provide fair warning to drivers and the general public before the citation waves begin. Conduct a short hands-on training program on high-visibility pedestrian right-of-way law at signalized intersections. Step 2. The enforcement team. Police enforcement of crosswalk laws is best achieved with a 4 to 6 officer team. Number 1. 1, preferably 2 decoy pedestrians. 2, a spotter. The spotter can also act as a second decoy. 3, 2 officers to flag non-yielding drivers. Step 3. Selection of the enforcement site. There are 2 types of crosswalks at signalized intersections that warrant enforcement. A. At signalized intersections where the green signal for vehicles comes on at the same time as the walk signal for pedestrians. In these cases, pedestrians always have the right of way, and drivers that fail to yield can be flagged down in a safe place close to the intersection. B. At signalized intersections with pork chop intersections with a slip lane for turning vehicles. Turning vehicles in these slip lanes are not required to make a complete stop before turning and only slow down to look for oncoming vehicles coming on their left or left-turning vehicles across the street from them. Typically, these drivers do not look for pedestrians in the crosswalk as they enter the slip lane. The maximum speed limit should first be posted for drivers entering into that slip lane. A cone should be placed at a safe yielding distance from the crosswalk, using the signal timing formula. Assuming no significant grade, the following table shows the cone placement distance based on vehicle speeds. If the slip lane speed is 20 miles per hour, the cone should be placed at 104 feet from the crosswalk line. Step 4. The decoy pedestrian. Decoys are necessary to ensure proper crossing procedure and to reduce downtime during the operations. Decoys are taught to only step into the crosswalk when the walk signal is on, and to keep looking for turning vehicles as they cross. At intersections with a slip lane, decoys only place one step in the crosswalk when the vehicle is beyond the cone and should only proceed across when the driver clearly yields. They should step back if a driver makes no attempt to yield. Thank drivers who yield. Step 5. The spotter. Spotters should be placed where they can see driver violations and the flaggers. Radio information on vehicles to flaggers. Keep a record of how many drivers failed to yield. Step 6. The flaggers. Place the Crosswalk Law Enforcement Operations sign at the flagging site to inform all drivers of the purpose of the operation. Wear a reflective vest. At crosswalks, spotters, flaggers, and police officers should be able to observe the pedestrians and driver violations. Step 7. Provide a police information flyer on the importance of observing crosswalk law.
Come to a complete stop if you do see a pedestrian.
This flyer also promotes public buy-in. Step 8. Informing prosecutors, magistrates, and judges. When the enforcement waves begin, officers can fill in the pre-typed officer narrative form for citations to better inform prosecutors and magistrates. Or they can videograph violations for evidentiary purposes. A note about enforcement operations at crosswalks at signalized intersections. The enforcement team should expect more downtime because decoys must wait for the walk phase to cross.
We really appreciate officers out here educating drivers. It's hard to get across. They never yield for us.